What's going on, you guys? We're back out on Lightnin Bug today. We're going to go ahead and start working on buttoning up some of the interior. We're going to finish removing the passenger airbag, putting the JDM cubby in place of that. We're going to route the RCA cables and the remote wire for the radio, button up the brake wiring from the push button start, and reinstall the interior bits before we even start worrying about the brakes. I chose to do that because I didn't really want to get dirty as hell today. I got to get the kids from school in about 30 minutes to an hour, so we'll see what we can get done. Alright, fast forward a little bit, you guys, and I'm sorry for this, but we went ahead and pulled the passenger side airbag. There are two 10mm screws that go, where's my finger? Right there, and over here. And then you just pry up on the airbag and it pops free. Now we have this JDM airbag delete cubby that sits in there like that. It has several clips that hold it here, and then two screws that'll hold it along the back of the dash. I did break the wiring for the airbag, so if I'm going to ever put it back in, I'll have to get a new airbag for it. But looks so much cleaner. Well, here we go. Bolted in. Good to go. We'll put the glove box back in it. Put the side trim back on it. Then we get started on all that over there. As you guys can see, I got a center console put in, driver's seat, everything. So we're going to start by putting the interior kick panel in here and then we'll go to the sill plates. These kick panels just snap in place, I believe, because it's been a while since I've had this out. But just guide it in. And that's sitting in there. We'll get the cover on, and then we'll go ahead and get back to the sill plate. So now we're getting the sill plate snapped in place, and then I meant to put this weather stripping in here, so we'll have to pop that back up. But that portion's done. You guys can see I still have the RCA cables, the remote wire laying there for the radio. I want to run those just in case I ever decide to put something in here. I've at least got the remote and the RCA done. We'll still have to run a hot wire eventually and a ground, but that's a project for another day. So we'll fix this and we'll start focusing on the rest of it. I'm going to go ahead and interrupt this with a quick tip. Scrambling to get this interior together, and I can't find things. The Jeep and the F-150 have organized shelves. The Mazda's always been just scattered around the garage. So now we dig for the last parts. I'm missing hardware, missing parts of the center console. We'll see what we find. I'll keep you guys updated. Grinding halt until parts are found. Alright. So my buddy Alan came over. I messed up my back. He came over to help me put this thing back together. We got the brake switch wiring for the push button start put together. I've got to get a new brake switch. We discovered this one is missing some parts, so my brake lights stay on. But the next big thing is putting the amp wire under the center console, as you guys can see here, and we're going to pre-run some RCA cables just in case we ever decide to put a radio in this thing or stereo. It's all there. So that's going to entail pulling the Kenwood radio out of the dash and then dropping the RCA cables down. We've already got the center console out, so we'll go ahead and get that going. So you can see we have the faceplate off the radio. We have some radio tools. Then we're going to slide the radio out of the sheath, and then we're going to feed the RCA cables down. So we have these keys in here, and the radio's already loose. So we're going to go ahead and just pull the radio out, and then run the RCA cables down. So we have the black to white, blue to red, and we're going to go ahead and feed this through the dash.
Dad, do we just
Alright, so, sorry guys, my little one came out to try to help me, so you guys kind of heard him in here. We've got the RCA cable run under the dash, down next to the remote wire. Now we can take the radio and just slide it back in place. Alright, radio's in. Wires are bundled up down here. We're moving to the back seat. So we can pull the seat out. We're going to run the wires under the seat and then kind of just wrap them up down here for now. Alright, so wiring is tucked under the carpet. Comes up here under the back seat. We'll clean this up before we put the seat in it. The next part of the interior to put in is the center console. Get that squared away, and then we will go ahead and put the seat in it and clean all the crap out of this car. Center console is in. All we have to do is put the center piece in on the console, put the cup holders back in, put the knob back on, and we'll go from there. Driver's seat's in, steering wheel is in, all the dash is put back together. We need to clean up all the trash, front and back. My buddy Alan, big shout out to him, came up and helped me square this car up. With my back, I couldn't be doing it right now. You guys will find out what happened there later on. All that's left to do is put wheels and tires on it, clean up around the car. You can see we got all new OEM brake lines, ditch those stainless lines that we were having problems with. You guys can see the rear brake lines were replaced also with rubber lines in place of those stainless steel lines that didn't fit right. Both passenger and driver were done. So, once we get the wheels on it, we'll be taking it for a test drive.
Here is the inside.
Amp wires and everything cleaned up, and we still got to tighten those up, get rid of all the trash in here. And now we'll go to the front section. Driver's seat's in. We still got, once again, just got to clean up trash. NRG wheels in. This thing is looking ready to drive. And then in the back, we have to make some patch panels to cover these holes because they're ugly looking back there. I should have done a neater job, but we'll fix it. As we touch up the interior, I've got these unsightly holes for my rear strut bar. What I did was picked up some self-adhesive leather repair patch, and you guys can see I've already got it done. It comes in a shape about like that, and it's sticky. So what I did was I made a template. Sorry guys, try to get it to stay straight for you. For this to fit here and cover up that unsightly hole. Then once I had the template made, I cut out a leather patch. I know it's black and this interior is gray, but it'll work. You're not going to see a whole lot back in here, but my next thing is to wipe this down, interior down, and then go ahead and stick the patch over it. And then there's the panel plugged up. I could have cut it a little tighter, but I still want to be able to have room for if I ever have to take the panel off to lift up on it without causing any damage. But it looks a lot cleaner than it did. Really wish they would have made a gray that matched the interior. But like I said, it's good enough. You're not going to see this a whole lot. And then once we get the strut bar in, we won't be planning on taking this apart unless we have suspension problems. Alright guys, we're going to end the video here. I messed my back up about a week ago. Not going to get into all what occurred just yet. There'll be a video about that soon enough. My videos might be delayed a while due to the injury. Big shout out to my buddy Alan for finishing the car so I have something to drive. After the incident that hurt my back, I wouldn't have been able to finish it. So part of this video, I just want to kind of disclaimer this took place before I hurt my back. I had to have Alan come out here and finish it up so we could at least get Lightnin Bug on the road so we had a vehicle to drive. Once again, y'all, thanks for watching. God bless. I do have a video coming up of Project Family Hauler getting painted by Steve Swords and Customs here in Colorado Springs. And then I don't know what else is going to come up from there, but we'll see what we can do and get out to you guys with some help with some friends. So thanks again.